Congratulations on the series, you guys. You're both absolutely amazing in it. It's I'm pumped to ask you some stuff. Uh,
Thank you.
but picking up with the violin, actually, Kelvin, I know from Chevalier how intense your work ethic is and how far you'll go for a role. Uh, what was the prep like on this one?
It was strangely like kind of the same amount of history work, but at the same time, not at all. And I had a lot more footage to look at. Because I guess there weren't any cameras in 18th century, which is weird. But yeah, I started with looking at clips of him and then reading the autobiography and other books that his loved ones wrote, like Daddy King and Coretta Scott King wrote. Then I traveled and I went to Memphis, I went to Birmingham, I went to Atlanta, I went to DC. I spent some time trying to connect with just the space in general. And then it was just a lot of like investigating, his body language, who he was, and what that meant to me, and investigating myself and what it meant to come of age. Because we're talking about men who accomplished some huge achievements before the age of 30 and didn't
Mm.
even live past 39.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh, and kind of to that, Aaron, I mean, I'm sure you can both speak to this, but something I love about this series is how it takes these icons and humanizes them, and we see them, the softer sides of them as well, like even just falling in love and things like that. Uh, for you with Malcolm X, like how was it to explore that side of the person that maybe not be quite as well known?
It was a gift. It was a joy. It was a privilege, to have the opportunity to embark on this journey and everything that comes with that. To learn about his personal life, to learn about his personal relationships, to learn about his relationship with his community and his loved ones, to learn about his priorities and where those priorities were birthed and stemmed from and conceived. It was a joy. It was a gift, and I feel very honored to have been part of this and to in a small way, be part of his portrayal and his legacy.
Yeah. And you both, I mean, the show kind of starts off with you two in a scene together, but other than that, you spend most of your time apart. Uh, were each of you kind of clocking the other person's journey in the show as well as you were filming? Like, how much of that were you, for both of you, were you trying to keep the other person's story, in mind?
I, we were very locked in. I was very locked in on Malcolm's journey, and I would check in and with Dr. Martin Luther King's journey in terms of chronology and dates, only when I knew that Malcolm was specifically aware of Dr. Martin Luther King's journey and at that point in time. Yeah. Likewise, I never looked over the fence to see what was going on over there. I said that's their business, and I'm gonna mind mine. I got enough going on over here. I
Mm.
gotta get this voting rights bill passed.
Yep. Fair enough. And Kelvin, I mean, for both of you, again, like so many of these questions can just apply to both of you, but you're both bringing these incredible moments from these men to life. Kelvin, you got to do the March on Washington speech moment, which is like such a monumental moment. How was it for you to film that?
It was huge. It was really scary, like a kind of like a behind the scenes story. I lost my voice the night before. And I was terrified because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna get fired because there are all these extras here and all these people here and I don't have a voice and they're gonna be mad at me because they're gonna be like, what did I do? So I was freaking out. And I think it just had so much to do with nerves. I was overthinking and I was over rehearsing and I was just constantly, I was so intimidated that this moment was about to happen and I would have to be, to portray it. And then suddenly that morning, I went on vocal rest the rest of the evening, and I did tell everyone the night before, and everyone was freaking out. And that morning, I got there, and I had to do two speeches. I had to do "I Have a Dream," and I had to do "I've Been to the Mountaintop" immediately after the final speech he does. So I get there and I say the first thing comes out, and I was like, "There's a voice!"
Mm.
It's a voice. And the extras, we had the most incredible extras on this
We
set.
really did, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, like they uplifted us in such a real way, and it's just they gave us energy, they gave us love, they just they made us feel like we were there. They transported us.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the experience.
Just on that point of the background artists, they really
Yeah.
held us. They really supported us. They really loved on us, and I think it's so important to shine a light on them because without them, this wouldn't have been possible. You know, especially given the amount of speeches we had to do and moments where there is a large audience and crowd present. Um, and it's one thing also to have, just people present, but it's another thing to have people present and engaged and in
Mm-hmm.
alignment with what we're trying to
Mm-hmm.
achieve here. So we're deeply grateful to them for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And in kind of seeing what you've both been up to, as I was watching this, I noticed you were both in the Mufasa movie together. So I want to know, like,
Hey, it's my guy.
you have your scene together in this, and you're obviously acting off each other in that movie. Which came first, and did that, like, you already had a relationship for one of them. So which movie got that benefit?
We were speaking about that today. We just had to do the sort of the math and the chronology, and actually Lion King happened first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
Wow.
did Lion King first. It was almost, I want to say, either a year and a half before.
Yeah,
And we were all in different parts of the country, and it was just really funny because,
yeah,
we spent a lot of time playing lions.
yeah.
And then they came at me and they were like, yeah, Aaron Pierre's attached. And I was like, oh my God. And what's really funny is like we both signed on, said yes to it, and we were still doing Lion King,
Yeah.
and we never
We never
once
spoke
mentioned
about it.
It was like, I kept looking at it. I was like, and I think I told Barry one day, I was like, I'm pretty sure Aaron's doing this show with me, but we have not said anything. Do you know? He was like, what? Y'all are playing who?
Yeah.
So funny.
That's amazing. That's perfect. Uh, well, that is great. That's all I got for you right now. But thank you both so much.
Appreciate
Great.
you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man. See you soon.